Hello fellow Star Wars fans, my name is Starrapter and welcome back to the channel. It's a Wednesday and that means we have Star Wars comics, not just a singular comic, we have multiple Star Wars comics to talk about. This is for August 5th, 2020 and we are now back into a sort of normal for the Marvel comics, especially we are getting all 4 of the ongoing series this month as well as Star Wars Adventures. That is where I'm going to start with today, is with Star Wars issue number 5. This is the new run from Charles Soule, and this has been a long time coming for us, right? It has been about 5 months or so since we have last received issue number 4, and well, I think this issue is pretty much worth the wait because we have some big revelations in Star Wars in this comic. So last we left off, you know, the rebels, they're leaving Hoth, they have gone back to Bespin to try to find Luke's lightsaber. Now Luke is on a journey because he got a vision while he was in Bespin about his lightsaber and about this mysterious woman who was in a vision of his, and well, he's going to track her down, and that's where we leave off in this issue. But before we get there, the opening of this comic is very interesting because we actually focus on Vader, and apparently there's people out there in the galaxy that for whatever reason want to boast that they are Luke Skywalker, even though they aren't. I guess to get a lot of jobs and make money that way, and well, for this poor sob, his life comes to an end when Vader finds him. And what was really cool about this is Vader says anybody else that does this will die, just like Skywalker will. And I think it's pretty cool because they also make a reference. His lieutenant says, something about Van Dax, or Vader said that, which is where he is at one point in issue number 2 of the other Darth Vader run in the Marvel Star Wars comic line right now. So we go back to Luke, and he is with R2-D2, his trusty old little astromech droid, and his old X-Wing, and they go to a brand new planet called Corellia, and it's there where he tracks down this mysterious woman who instantly runs and gets the heck out of there as soon as Luke says, "I'm a Jedi." It's like, what? Or "I'm looking for a Jedi." You don't just announce that, especially 20 years since the purge has been happening. So of course they get into a chase, and I like how this chase functioned as a way to make this really cool action-based set piece that we don't see a lot in Star Wars, right? It's actual boats in Star Wars, which is a lot of fun. I like the look of this planet as well. It kind of reminds me of that planet that you see in Battlefront 2 during that one campaign mission where you're playing Luke and you're going against Del Meeko. But that aside, we do find Luke that is traversing through this complex of caves that he finds the mysterious woman to go into. And it reminded me very much of, he even mentions it, oh, this is like Dagobah with training with Yoda. This is no problem, right? And he's going through there, and it reminds me a lot of Raiders of the Lost Ark with Indiana Jones. And we finally get to the end of this cave where he gets trapped into this vault, and it's there where we get a lot of cool exposition, but a lot of cool character development for Luke as well. So it is revealed that this mysterious character is indeed a force-sensitive woman, young woman. By the looks of it, her name is Verla, and she schools Luke on everything that Luke has been romanticizing about the Jedi. It's not been all nice and good. Yes, you don't want to declare yourself a Jedi because the Empire has done this thing called a purge with Order 66, and they have the Inquisitors. So she gives him a lesson on that. And then she's force sensitive in a very special way. She can kind of read people's minds. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if we know of any Jedi that can really do that. Well, actually, no. Darth Vader can actually read Luke Skywalker's mind in Return of the Jedi because he reads his mind about having a sister, I guess. So, yeah, not many Jedi probably have that ability, but Verla does. And she finds that out, and she immediately starts flooding out his vault with water, and that's where we end this issue. But that is just so groundbreaking. I want to spend just a little bit of time talking about the potential of this new character introduced in Star Wars. She has no history in Star Wars, and looks like she could be about the same age as Luke. And I think a lot of people are going to come to speculation very quickly on, hey, is this the canon's version of Mara Jade? Is this what we are starting to see here? We got a force-sensitive female character around the same age of Luke. Of course, where is she in Return of the Jedi? How is she going to survive knowing that Luke is indeed the son of Darth Vader? I mean, Leia doesn't even figure that out until Luke tells her. So where is she going to end up in the story? We have, I think, one more issue of this arc, so I hope she doesn't get killed off very quickly, because I find that very interesting whenever we find a character that has survived this long. She's survived through A New Hope. I want to know what her journey is like. I want to know so many other things about this character of Verla, because it's such an interesting character of survival. She's probably fought lots of Imperials over the time, hence why she's talking about the Inquisitorius. The fact that she has laid out her caves with this sort of Raiders of the Lost Ark, traps and whatnot, is really showing that she has a lot of experience. She's trying to stay undercover. Why did Luke have a vision of her? She's not really a full-fledged Jedi. Maybe she can show Luke some moves. Now, remember, the last arc of the last volume of Star Wars, there was a character that was also a little bit force sensitive, stealing Luke's lightsaber and having quick jabs at him and whatnot for comical, and he was looking for answers from her, and it never really got him. Now it looks like we have another character as well. That is he going to actually have more of a relationship with this character? I think that'd be pretty cool, and maybe will further development of Luke as a character. But at least we don't have to wait another 4 or 5 months for the next issue, which we'll be getting in September. So very much looking for Star Wars issue number 6, which also is the cover that has Luke holding a yellow lightsaber. So yes, even more revelations are going to be supposedly happening in that one. So good thing I noticed this before submitting this video on YouTube, because Verla actually has already been revealed in Star Wars. She was part of the Darth Vader series that Charles Soule wrote. She was one of the force-sensitive acolytes under the tutelage of Farron Barr. Yes, Farron Barr was that Jedi that Darth Vader was hunting on Mon Cala, and he was also that Jedi that Order 66, the troopers, the Inquisitor troopers, the Purge troopers on Mon Cala to start firing at the other Inquisitors. So this is huge. This is awesome. I love how Charles Soule continues to connect his characters between series, and I'm happy that I was able to get this out to you guys before everything got out there on YouTube. As I mentioned, this wasn't the only comic we have this week. We also have Star Wars Adventures, The Clone Wars, Battle Tales, issue number 3. So in this series, it's a really fun series that captures the essence of the Clone Wars, and this comic does not disappoint. This issue really hones in on the clones and about how they are so good at what they do, and they don't have to rely on Jedi all the time to get the job done. So we pick up, right, there's Dooku, there's Asajj Ventress, there's Jedi like Anakin and Plo Koon and Ben Kenobi, and they are all dealing with Dooku and Asajj at the moment. But there's prisoners that need to get rescued, and that is what the clones are in charge of. Like, you got Commander Cody there, and then you have Waxer and Boyle from the Clone Wars, which is really cool to see, and immediately it brings back flashbacks for those specific troops. They go back in time to the same planet that the species of Bulio from The Rise of Skywalker, Win the War, that guy that was played by Mark Hamill, apparently the voice of. They go to that person's planet who's supposed to be part of the Republic, but there are reports of clone troopers missing. They find out that the clone troopers are actually being held prisoner on this planet, and this guy supposedly made a deal with separatist droids. So the whole crux of the story is that the clones have to get intel themselves to know that these guys have turned on them. They can't just charge in and rescue these captives. They have to get good information so they can actually come to action. So it's nice, a message about having patience, doing your homework, doing your research to find things on your own before coming to conclusions too quickly. So long story short, the clones do go in there, Waxer and Boyle, they free their buddies, and they get out alive. And well, we have just 2 issues left in this series. I'm really enjoying it. So these comics are really cool. They have awesome stylish art, and it's nice to actually have these after the fact that the series ended, even though it wasn't supposed to be planned out that way. But then we're going to get this pipeline of continued Star Wars content. Even after this series ends, we're going to get the Bad Batch, which is pretty much an extension of the Clone Wars starting in 2021 next year. So what do you guys have to say about this week's comics? Did you like the reveal of a brand new force sensitive character in the Star Wars mainline like I did? Let's talk about it in the comment section down below. It looks like we're going to have Star Wars comics on a very regular schedule from here on out. So if you liked my input on these stories and you want to see more from this channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.
Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.